Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. These don't look like books. I know this is a booktube. But today is the first episode of Books and MUKS.
She likes to read and she likes to eat. So this is Books and MUKS.
Which means we're gonna talk about books and we're gonna do a little mini mukbang. I can't do one of those full-on mukbangs, but I have some Korean delicacies here. We have some Budak carbonara, is one of my favorite ramens out there. We have some chapaghetti, and then we have two types of toppoki, and then we have some kimbap. And I'm so excited to eat these. I didn't have breakfast, so I'm a bit hungry. Today we're also gonna talk about Twilight, the first book in the series, and The Serpent and the Wings of Night, because these are two of the books that I've read recently, and these are the two that really stuck with me, and I really need to discuss these with someone else. So without further ado, I'm gonna go and cook some of these and then come back and we can talk about the books. And I am back. One is normal tteokbokki, one is cheese tteokbokki. We have some kimbap and some kimchi next to it, of course, and then we have the chapaghetti, and I made a fried egg on top. And here we have the lovely Budak carbonara. So let's just eat a little bit and then we get to talking because I am famished. Tteokbokki first. Ooh, look at that cheese. No. I almost choked there. Ooh. I've seen at the store Budak carbonara dumplings, and I was like, oh my god. So I cooked the tteokbokki perfectly. They're so chewy and not too overdone. I'm so proud of myself. One kimbap and then we can talk. Also, make sure to make a suggestion in a comment on what food we should eat on our next Books and MUKS. Oh my god. I feel like bulgogi and tteokbokki together. Don't forget to grab a meal or a snack or something and just eat with me in case you haven't ate today. In case you said that you don't need to eat today, you need to eat today, okay? So maybe grab something and then we can discuss book together. So, read Twilight for the first time in my life, okay? Don't judge me. And it's one of those moments in life, you know, when you go like, why haven't I done this earlier, you know? So, I was so surprised about how witty and not so like dark and cringe Bella and Edward are, because I've watched the first movie. And let me tell you, I thought the book is gonna be so cringe because the movie is so campy. And in the book, they're actually so relatable and so like she's like a normal teenager. And Edward the same. Edward is so witty and his jokes are so funny. I was like, who are these people? Why did I expect completely something else? It was just such a shock for me. But I love the author so much. Her writing is so good. And the way she sets up things for you for later in the book. For example, it was like Bella's first day of school. She was nervous, okay? She was a teenager. It was like her first day in a new school. So she was like, come on, Bella, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen to you? Someone's gonna bite you. And I was like, her friends are kind of annoying. They may just come more friendly in the movie, but in the book, she's kind of a bear. Also, when I watched the movie again, I was like, oh my god, Anna Kendrick, what? We also met Jacob. He seems so childish, and I don't like him either so far. He's like so much like his daddy's boy, and I'm just like, get a personality, you know? But I know that there's gonna be a fight between Edward and Jacob later. I know it's gonna be like a romantic type of fight, but I don't know anything more. And I can't see as Jacob in this current state being something more to Bella. Maybe he's just gonna evolve, who knows? His dad is also so annoying. I'm like, mind your own business, old man. I guess he knows what the Collins are. But it's just so annoying. And the other thing is just like the first half of the book, like you see Bella with her friends and stuff like that. And the other half of the book, she's like, friends who? Kind of like ditching her friends in the second part of the book. And you don't hear about her going to school or anything like that. And I was just like, why isn't like, this is not realistic. She's not going to school, you know? But then I thought about it better and I was like, wait a minute, she's dating an immortal, rich vampire who loves her. She doesn't need to go to school. Delicious. The other thing that kind of broke me was went to the baseball game and then the weird vampires got there. And James, for some reason, just became obsessed with Bella.
So everyone was like, I think you're gonna die now.
So they had to make a plan for Bella to get out of town. And the best she could come up with was, I'm gonna be mean to my dad, because that's the only way he's gonna let me leave. And I see it. But she was so mean to Charlie. She was like, that's the only reason Mom wanted to leave as well. Because it's so boring in here. It's so boring with you. I was like, oh my god, no, Charlie, you're doing great. You're the best dad. And honestly, I got a bit mad when she went to the ballet place by herself, because I was like, you are so dumb right now. You have a gang of immortal vampires and you're only against 2, even one of them in Phoenix, just one. Do you think that gang that's flying in is not going to protect you? Also, call your mom and double check, you know? Don't just go by the words of a dangerous vampire, because that is how you end in very dangerous pickles, okay? Bella was bitten by the dangerous vampire. Edward had to suck the venom out of her so she doesn't turn into a vampire. And for a second there, I thought she was going to turn into a vampire. But she did not. And I'm happy about that, because if they turned Bella into a vampire in book 1 in a 4-book series, I was going to be very disappointed. But that doesn't mean that I don't want her to become a vampire. I want her to become a vampire so bad, and I hope she will. But I'm just very curious to see where the story goes from here, you know? Is she going to become part of the family? I know there's going to be a war between like Team Jacob and Team Edward. Is Bella going to do something with Jacob? Because that would be nasty of her. Also, I just started reading New Moon. Not much has happened so far. It was so dumb. It was her birthday, and she cut herself in a room full of vampires. And then, because everyone reacted, she tripped and fell in a lot of glass and cut herself even more. And of course, everyone went ravenous. And I was like, out of all the people that could do this, you, Bella, it would only happen to you. These are so good. I could eat 5 of these, honestly. Oh, so good. Let's start talking about also Serpent and the Wings of Night. Just a little bit. I've been avoiding that book like the plague. I didn't even know it was about vampires. Apparently this is a vampire theme. video. I didn't even know it was about vampires. Serpent and the Wings of Night does not sound like a vampire book, okay? Okay, yeah. So Serpent and the Wings of Night does not sound like a vampire book. And when I found out it's a vampire book, I was like, bitch, I'm in. Not only it's a vampire book, Carissa Broadbent, she's a goddess. I'm sorry, but after reading fantasy for so long, it's so hard to surprise me, and it's so hard to throw something at me that I'm not gonna expect. And the secret in the end about Rain, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if I want to spoil this one for you. I was like, what? What? If you don't know what Serpent and the Wings of Night is about, I have this human. What's her name? Does this happen to you as well? You just forget the name of the main character? What's her name? I mean, Little Serpent, but the FMC. So she's rescued by basically the Vampire King while her whole family was murdered. No one knows why Vincent rescued her. That's the name of the Vampire King, but apparently he did. So she ends up growing up as a human in the vampire castle, in literally the Vampire King castle. So she has to learn how to defend herself without any magic, without being immortal. And there is this tournament where she enters it so she can become immortal as well, because the winner of this tournament gets a wish granted to them, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna win this and become immortal like you, Dad. What's her name? Anyway, so she enters the competition and she competes basically with only vampires and like other very powerful creatures. She's doing great, by the way, for a human, but she's still not. It's still hard to be like against blood-sucking vampires. So she's making a pact with Rain and his friend, a girl, and that allows her to sleep at night, so one eats her blood. But then, as we progress, we find some stuff about Vincent, we find some stuff about Rain, and the end is just like, pow, 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 pow. It's just like so many things that you don't expect happening at once. I literally gasped. I never went to the next book as fast as I did with this one. Also, it was really nice because they're available on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have a Kindle, you don't really have to pay for them. But I'm like halfway through the second book and I just love it as much as the first one. And I'm so excited because the third one is out as well. So I'm super excited about that. But I will stop here because I'm getting quite full and I want to eat past my satiation level. I feel quite comfortable now. I was really hungry because I didn't have breakfast and lunch, and now it's like around 3. So that's why I went a little bit bananas. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know if we should continue this series called Books and MUKS, where we eat together and we talk about books. Because I don't know, I have so much fun doing this with you guys. I don't feel lonely while eating. I can just rant about my latest book, and I don't know, I feel like it's fun for me. Let me know if it's fun to watch, so we can do more of these. And don't forget to comment your suggestion for what we should eat next and what books we should talk about. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you into the next one. Bye.